Are you ready to embark on a journey of exploration and unlock the magic of your wonder? There is so much more in the universe than we have been shown. It is time to ask those questions, dissolve those barriers, and embrace your extraordinary life. Here is your fellow explorer in the realm of curiosity and discovery, with almost 20 years of inviting people to embrace the greatness of them, Donnielle Carter.
Hello, everyone. So, what if I ask you, what if some of the things that you love to do, have, eat, are actually training your nervous system to crave more? More scrolling, more sugar, more stimulation, more distraction. Let's explore what's really going on with that. Because you know what? This one might hurt. It hurt me in the research of it. All right? Today we're exploring, what if you're an addict and don't know it? Welcome everybody to the Exploration of Wonder. I am your host and fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter, nationally board certified health and wellness coach, intuitive empowerment coach, and your biggest fan. And if you have a topic that you would love to see explored on the show, please let me know at hello@donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com, because if you want to know more about it, I want to know more about it. And if we want to explore it, other people do too. All right, my friends. So today we're talking about addiction. Woohoo! Now, before most of you turn this off, listen to this. When we talk about addiction, most people go to drugs or alcohol, right? It's like, oh, well, they're an addict. I'm not an addict. I don't drink like that. I don't do drugs. I'm not an addict. What if you are? What if we all are? Okay. What if you're an addict, but not in the ways that you think? It's not drugs, not alcohol, but we're talking about things like food. And more than that. Because other people will go, oh yeah, food, I get that. But what about phones? Specific apps, applications on the phone, games, streaming, shopping, notifications. That was a weird one, but yes. Sugar, scrolling, and emotions. Can you be addicted to emotions? Absolutely. Fighting in the chat room, absolutely. That's one of the emotions that you could absolutely 100% be addicted to. All right. So many of these things are set up in a way that they quietly whisper, come back. Just one more time. Just a little more. Just a little longer. Okay? So when we hear the word addiction, like I'm sure a lot of people did when they saw the title of the show, they think of extremes, right? The drug and alcohol. But listen to this. Addiction is simply a repeated behavior that overrides conscious choice. I'll say that again, because I know a lot of people's ears turned off. Addiction is a repeated behavior that overrides conscious choice. Right? It kind of makes it go, damn, okay? It's when something pulls you automatically, feels hard to resist, it becomes your default, it soothes your discomfort. Okay? So let me say that one again. It soothes your discomfort. And it distracts from feelings. It distracts from certain feelings, or it distracts from feeling, like having them. Okay? And here's an interesting thing is most modern addictions are socially acceptable. Have you ever noticed that? No one questions scrolling for hours, snacking constantly, or checking messages compulsively. It's normalized, encouraged, and often found humorous. It's like, I was scrolling for like an hour last night. It was so funny. I meant to do 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it was like 1 a.m. That's an addiction. Okay? And we'll get into more like, how do I know I'm addicted, a little bit later. But here's the thing, because it's normalized, encouraged, and found humorous, it makes it invisible. I told you this one was going to hurt me when I was doing the research. I'm like, dang it. Okay. So what's going on with this? One of the things is about dopamine. Okay. You may have heard this bandied about. It's a chemical, right? It's a chemical that your body has created. So let's talk about dopamine just for a little bit. Don't worry. We're not going to get too sciencey, because you know I can do it, but we're not. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. Okay, your body produces it. It's not about pleasure necessarily, and it's not about wanting. It's what says, oh, that might feel good. Okay, anticipation. That might feel good. Every notification, every like, every sugar hit, every level up in a game, every new post releases dopamine. Not a lot. Just enough to want more. It releases a little bit of that soothe, a little bit of that like, oh, more. Because we want to feel good, right? We want to feel good. We desire that. Why wouldn't we? Our natural state should be feeling good. And so in our overstimulated society, yes, we'll get to that, but in our own overstimulated society, easy for me to say, we are constantly seeking that dopamine that soothes us just a little bit, okay? And so when it does it just a little bit, we reach and search for more. Sounds like a drug or alcohol addict, doesn't it? They just want a little soothing, just a little more, okay? So your brain learns scroll equals reward, eat equals comfort, click equals relief. Over time, though, this becomes automatic, all right? You don't choose it. You've trained your nervous system that way, so your nervous system does. Let me say that again. With our actions like this, we've trained our nervous system to seek these things. And so our nervous system chooses this. So often we think this is all about willpower or strength of, if I could put it down anytime, it's no big deal, if I was just stronger. Well, you know what? What if it's not about that? What if it's how we've trained our nervous system, okay? And let me be blunt about something. Products are designed this way. Part of my background is marketing, promotion. I know this intimately, all right? Many foods and platforms are engineered to be addictive. This is not an accident. It is a full-on purpose, engineered to be addicting, so you use their product more. Okay? It's not an accident. Talk about food. I could spend weeks on food, but just a little bit. Ultra-processed foods often combine things like salt, sugar, fat, and texture. Okay? Salt, sugar, fat, texture. What this does, and if you look at them, each one, it's like salt makes things taste good. And this is not to make each one of these things bad, right? Salt has its place, absolutely. Sugar has its place, absolutely. Fat has its place, absolutely. And texture has its place in food, absolutely. But when it's engineered in a way to create what is called hyperpalatability, there's a $10 word, right? Hyperpalatability, which means it tastes good, feels good, it like engages all your senses, and not in the umami way, which is that natural, like they talk a lot about in cooking, umami, because excuse me, woo, umami like hits all of the taste buds or something like that. My sister knows, she's the chef, but she's always like, "Ooh, that's umami." I'm like, "Yeah, it tastes really good." Different knowledge base. But that's not hyperpalatability. Hyperpalatability is not that umami that just is that satisfying. Hyperpalatability, meaning like hitting your palate, makes you crave that more. Your body says, "I'm full." But because you got that dopamine hit of that donut or that salted caramel or whatever it is, your brain says more. Body says, "I'm full." Brain says, "I must have more." Anybody ever eat more than they wanted to? That's what we're talking about, okay? And that's just with food. So let's talk about apps and games, social media, all right? Social media and games use things like infinite scroll, random rewards. I'm a big one on that. I've become slightly, maybe a lot addicted to games with that. I just got to get this reward. Not even realizing like the reward was 100 coins and I spent 1,000 coins to get it, but I got the reward for 100 coins. I lost 900, but I got the 100. I got the reward. I achieved it. Okay? Random rewards. These are games and apps and social media. Notifications, streaks, likes, algorithms. And the algorithm is always learning. You know, like it was interesting. I paused too long, meaning like 20 seconds, because my cat, I was scrolling and my cat came up to distract me. So I paused for like 20, 30 seconds on a video of zit picking. For a month, all of my notifications and the scrolling in TikTok were about zit picking because I paused. The algorithm is always paying attention and then feeding up to us the things that if we pause, oh, they must like it, here's more, right? It's designed that way. It's like digital slot machines. Pull, refresh, reward, repeat. I even play a game right now where it's designed where you have to go to the next level, where we're going to the next level is the only choice. They don't say, "Hey, would you like to play the next level?" It's like, next level. And then you only have to, you literally have to turn the game off. Okay, you can't exit out. It's the loop. They want you to have that loop so that you come back again and again and again. So what are some of the physical signs of this subtle or not so subtle addiction? Okay, here are some signs that a lot of you may recognize. I know I did. 1, reaching automatically. How many of you reach for your phone before your even eyes are really open? Or how many of you, every time you get up and leave your desk, you take your phone with you? How many of you have looked for your phone when it's in your hand? It's not because you're scatterbrained. It's because it's an automatic reaction. You're reaching for it automatically. Or the number of times I or other people have been sitting there and it's like, relax for a minute, and automatically go to the phone. A lot of us, okay? You feel restless without it. We soothe, right? I'm talking about the phone, but it's not only about that. But we feel restless without it, whether it's the phone, whether it's the food, whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'm not playing the game today. No, I'm not. Addiction, okay? Needing just one more. Losing track of time, which I told you that would come back. Because how many of us, like my niece sends me some funny thing about cats or Bridgerton or whatever. 45 minutes later, I'm like, damn it. Where did that go? I was just going to watch one more and I lost track of time. Feeling irritated when interrupted. eating when not hungry, scrolling when tired. We think we're using scrolling to wind down, but you're not. You're hiding, you're avoiding, you're addicted. Feeling, and these next two, please look at this. Craving when stressed. Do you crave it when stressed? Oh, if I could just relax, I'd play a game for a little bit and just relax. Craving when stressed. And then this one, please, 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 please pay attention to this one. Feeling numb afterwards. How many times do you scroll for an hour and you don't feel better? You don't necessarily feel worse. You're just numb. That's a physical sign that you're addicted to it, where you're not even getting those dopamine hits really anymore, but you still need it. None of this means you're weak. It means you're just a human in a very high, stimulating, overstimulated world. Say one more time, you're not weak. You're not wrong. You're just overstimulated. Not in the fun way. Sorry, I thought we needed a little bit of a light kick there. All right, my friends, we are going to go to our commercial break. And when we come back, I have tips and tricks. I always do, but we're also going to talk about a few emotional reasons we attach to it. All right? You are watching or listening and exploring with me, your host and fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter, on the Exploration of Wonder on Inspired Choices Network, and we'll be right back.
Ever feel like there's more to life than meets the eye? A sense of wonder just beyond your grasp? Are you ready to create a life that inspires you so much that each day you are excited to wake up and live it? Join Donnielle Carter, a nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, weekly as she explores the universe on the exploration of wonder. Explore everything from harnessing the power of your mindset to connecting with your intuition and harnessing the energetic forces around us. With a blend of humor, warmth, directness, and a dash of cheekiness, Donnielle shares easy-to-use, pragmatic, yet magical techniques you can implement immediately to infuse your life with wonder. Join us as we navigate the fascinating landscapes of the seen and unseen, and together create lives filled with joy, purpose, and boundless possibility.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Exploration of Wonder with your guide, Donnielle. To participate in this program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to hello@donnielle.com. Now back to the exploration.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Exploration of Wonder. I am your host and fellow explorer, Donnielle Carter. And please do check out my website, donnielle.com, DONNIELLE.com, for upcoming classes. And if you want to have a private chat, what I call sessions, please do check it out. All right, so today we're talking about, are you an addict and don't know it? The first segment, kind of scary. I wish it was going to get better, but it is. Because the thing is that it's about the awareness, right? It's about the awareness so we know we have a different choice, so we cannot be the effect of these companies and things that are being absolutely engineered to keep us in the loop, to using it, to buying it, to eating it. Okay? And I'm not saying they're all villains. I'm not saying they're heroes either. And it's not even a conspiracy. It's a proven fact. It is a proven fact. Some people, that's their entire job. How do you get people to do this more? As a matter of fact, one of the reasons I knew I had to get out of TV when I was younger was I went to a big conference, and the subject was, how do we get 5 or 6 year olds to use our products and then keep them for the rest of their lives? I'm like, that frightens me. I'm like, I need to make another choice. I need to help the world be a different thing. Somebody in the chat room said we're all being programmed. Yep. Yes, we are. And we pay for it physically, emotionally, and often with money because we buy the apps and the food and all that kind of stuff. All right, so emotional reasons we attach to these games, these foods, these addictions, right? These emotions even. Yes, the emotional reasons we attach to emotions. I know, I heard it. All right, so we don't just seek dopamine, we seek relief. We use stimulation to avoid things like boredom, loneliness, overwhelm, sadness, uncertainty, stillness, fear, and my favorite, things we don't want to know, which is part of the avoidance, but I felt it was a special things, like things we don't want to know. Scrolling and snacking becomes an emotional anesthesia. Woo! That was a hard word for me today. Anesthesia and regulation, right? Scrolling and snacking does this. Games become escape. I think I lost most of 2020 and 2021 to the game Animal Crossing, which gave me the dopamine hit when I caught a rare fish or found the coveted villager. I know a lot of people did, but, I look at that and I'm like, wow, what happened? I was escaping into the game. Because remember, 2020, 2021, there was a big pandemic going on. It wasn't fun. But let me say this. It's not about the thing we're addicted to. It's about what it gives you permission to not feel. Okay? And what is the cost of the constant stimulation? When you're always stimulated, your focus decreases, your creativity shrinks, your patience weakens, means you get crabby or triggered easily. Your sleep suffers, your anxiety rises, joy flattens, that's that numbness, and your presence in life disappears. Your nervous system never has a chance to reset. It's always on. And the scary thing is the normalization that we were talking about earlier, exhaustion becomes normal. Do we look at people with a lot of energy and go, oh, that's awesome, me too, I have a lot of energy? No. Everybody's exhausted. How are you? I'm tired. Yeah, me too. Not good. Really quickly, addiction versus conscious enjoyment. Because I'm not saying you can never play a game. I love my games. I'm not saying you can't have some yummy food. Food is to be enjoyed. Okay, but there's a difference. Addiction, I can't stop. Conscious enjoyment, I choose this. Addiction, I feel worse or numb after. Choice, I feel nourished. I feel happier. Addiction, I escape. Choice, I engage. You're not meant to eliminate pleasure. You're not meant to not have, like I said, you can have games, you can have yummy food, you can scroll on your phone, you can have social media. That's not what I'm talking about. You're not meant to eliminate pleasure. You are meant to reclaim agency. That programming, that engineered loop that we're talking about, okay? Agency is yourself. So a question I want you to ponder after this show is, what do I reach for when I'm uncomfortable? What do I use to numb, distract, or soothe? No judgment, just noticing. Awareness is freedom. All right. Here we go. Some rapid fire tips to reclaim that choice. Create a pause. Before you click, eat, scroll. Ask, am I choosing this to escape or engage? Like when I play Mario Kart with my nieces, I'm doing it to engage and have fun. I'm not escaping. Delay by 60 seconds, okay? Cravings often pass. Turn off non-essential notifications on your phone. It was interesting. I just did this with a game. I haven't actually played the game in a long time. And yet I was still getting notifications that it was reminding me that I hadn't played the game. Whether it's a game or next door news, right? That's that Ring thing or anything like that. It creates this artificial urgency. So when you turn off these notifications, you reduce that artificial urgency. So you actually see. I can't tell you how many times before I cleaned up my notifications, people like, hey, did you get the text? I'm like, sorry, you were like one of 100. I missed you. Next, set sacred no phone times. Mornings, nights, meals. And here's an important one. Replace, don't remove. You're an addict. Removing cold turkey puts you into detox. This is why we often so fail when we just go, I'm not going to do that ever again until I do it in 5 minutes. Okay, so replace, don't remove. Notice the emotional triggers: stress, boredom, fatigue, avoidance. Clean up your digital space. Unfollow what drains you. Make it slightly inconvenient. A friend of mine told me this one. Sleep with your phone further away so it's not an easy reach. Because if you can just be in bed, and then put it down and go to sleep, it's too close. Or if you can just pick it up before you're even awake, it's too close. Okay? Choose compassion over control. Don't judge yourself. Kindness changes habits faster than discipline. Okay? And here's the thing. Reclaim your dopamine naturally. Because I'm not saying dopamine's a bad guy. Absolutely, our bodies love it. Your body makes dopamine naturally through things like sunlight, movement, music, creativity. Create something. Laughter. You know, I'm always about the laughter. Our body's favorite energy. Nature, connection, genuine connection to other people and things. Accomplishment, and true stillness. Gives your nervous system time to reset too. These nourish you. They don't drain you. Oh, my friend. Here's the thing, it's like, we're not addicted. Well, we are addicted, but we're not addicted to the things. We are wired for pleasure, safety, and connection. In a world that monetizes our attention, they're going to engineer it so they have our attention. Choosing awareness is powerful. Choosing yourself is radical. Okay? Thank you for joining me for this episode of Exploration of Wonder. Oh my gosh, hope you enjoyed it. For me, like I said, it was very enlightening. And remember, you're not here to be managed by algorithms, cravings, or habit. You are here to live your life and enjoy it. And next week is going to be another fun one, the quiet rebellion of staying up late. Yeah, let me say that again. The quiet rebellion of staying up late. That's next week's, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. I've already done the notes on it, and it's like, ouch. All right, my friends, let go of that addiction. Reclaim you, reclaim your agency and your autonomy. Have a fun week, a magic week. Stay curious, stay kind, stay wondrous, stay you. All right, my friends, I'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you for exploring with us today. Donnielle returns Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. Until then, be curious, be wonder, and explore the magical universe around you.